What's going on, everybody? This is your boy, Michael Jonvier. I am here kicking it with the cast of The Children of Origin, an amazing new play that is coming out here in Atlanta that's going to center around Black Lives Matters, and it kind of has some LGBT elements to it. How y'all doing today?
Pretty good.
Let me tell you, Lawrence sent me the trailer a while back to y'all play, and I was like, oh my God, like, what's next? It's so riveting. I'm like, oh crap. And I was like, I know Jrd. Like, oh, this is the play that he was talking about. I was like, okay. And then he was like, is Harriet Tubman in it? And she's coming from the African guys to like help these kids get through the Black Lives Matters movement. But everything is going on with George Floyd. It's very super fictional, supernatural. It's a play. Yeah. I was intrigued. The blurred, I say blurred, I mean black nerd. It's a portmanteau of the two. The blurred in me was jumping. Like, okay, well, I'm gonna watch this play.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see what this is about. Lawrence, where did you come up with this concept?
So, in all honesty, right after George Floyd was murdered, I think it was the combination of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, then everything else just happening so much. I tried to figure out, how could I have a voice that's heard? And one of my best ways is that I can do my protest through art. So the lyrics, the scripts, and everything just start to come to my pen and the paper. And after it was done, I said I need the right people to help me execute the vision. So we started auditions after that and have been growing for this entire year. It's been in the working. So
right, and the play is going to be coming out on October 1st, correct?
October 2nd. October 1st is the dress rehearsal. But yeah, October 2nd, 7 p.m., curtains open, 5 p.m., red carpet. And we go hard on red carpet.
You go hard on red carpet. Y'all going to have a theme. Please tell me y'all going to have a better theme than this year's Met Gala. American fashion just was not it. It's very blah. I'm very upset about it. Just saying. I'm going to tell you straight up. So I know you said you went and did auditions. Is there anybody in the cast that you just handpicked yourself that you were like, I know this person and they would be great for this role? Or did everybody here audition?
Everybody auditioned. There's no one that I I'm from California, so all of my no's are LA, So I hear everything is grassroots and from scratch. Even with this play, it's reaching out to build through this process. This process is to open opportunities for myself and everyone involved as well. So auditions, backstage, every outlet. And the first people to come was Joy and Camry. And Joy just killed it in her audition, vocals and sight reading. Camry auditioned as a dancer, but I'm like, you look more so like the lead character. And right. And so that just fell in her lap, and everyone is major, dedicated, loyal, committed, and passionate about the project and their individual crafts. That's what I like more. They're passionate about their passions. And I thank God for giving me the opportunity and platform to allow them to express their art through this as well,
The cast is very passionate about their own individual passions, and they brought that passion to the play. So what I want to do is I want everybody to go around and kind of talk about their individual characters. I'm going to start with Dr. Jessica Wilson. Jessica, please tell us about your character. Give us a little background on who you are.
Okay. Well, my name is Dr. Jessica Wilson, and I am from Montgomery, Alabama. Went to school at Alabama State University for theater arts there, as well as vocal concentration in music. So that's a little background on me. Been here in Atlanta now for 8 years. Was so excited to meet Lawrence. Saw the ad in Facebook where he was looking for more actors and actresses. So I reached out, auditioned, and he told me, to come in, and he saw me for Umoja. So that is my character, Umoja. I'm playing the goddess Umoja, which is, of course, from our African culture. I'm excited about playing her. She's a beautiful goddess of the water, and sometimes they depict her as a mermaid and different things, but I love the fact that I can bring my artistic viewpoint of who she is to the play. So I'm excited to be a part.
Okay. What about you, Joy?
Well, I am from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I've only been in Atlanta for a year now. And I'm playing Miss Harriet Tubman. Everybody knows her story. But in this, yeah, but in this musical, it's so different because she's being brought back. So no one has ever seen her live in this lifetime. And so I have to bring some life to her. And she has a lot of energy. She has a lot of character. She's got a lot of fight in her. And I think people will be pleased to see Harriet in this light.
Jrd, you're next, my man.
So, of course, I am Jrd Howard. I'm born and raised here in Atlanta, Georgia. I play Jordan. Jordan is best friends with Arnita, and we meet Harriet Tubman, and she helps us with our fight for justice, racial equality, police reform, things of that nature. So he pretty much has his own specific journey within this entire show. So I was just happy to come on. I came on actually as a recommendation from Madison, and it was the connection immediately when I met Lawrence. So he thought I fit, and here I am.
Okay. All right. Camry.
Hello, my name is Camry, like the car. I'm from Greensboro, Georgia. I went to Georgia State University, and I'm currently a graduate student at the University of Georgia, and I'm playing the role of Arnita. Arnita is, again, best friends with Jrd, or Jordan, his character, and I'm very passionate about the Black Lives Matter movement and making sure that the voices of the Black community is heard, and trying to, make sure everybody stays in line and stays serious about the journey. I'm more open to giving Harriet a chance and accepting the fact that she may be crazy, but she's here, so we're going to take advantage of it. And just passionate about the movement and making sure that our voices are heard in the movement that we have in the play.
Okay. All right.
Guy, my name is Wiley Isaac Jr. I'm originally from Alabama. Graduated from Stillman College. Been in Atlanta as a working actor the past 5 years. My character name is Shango. It's more of a god and with a god voice. And this is my first time doing a stage play. So, transitioning from acting to live stage, I feel, it's something good because it allows me to be more diverse and show my talent. And I'm thankful for the cast, thankful for Lawrence, for even thinking of me, and asking me about the opportunity.
All right, amazing. I'm very familiar with the Shango character. I actually had to write a report about him when I was in the African American Studies class. So, yeah, the god of lightning and fire. He's a badass dude.
Yes,
all
he is.
Yes. Lashana.
Yes, hello. My name is Lashana Loud. I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. I've been in Atlanta for about maybe the past 4 years. I've done some stage plays in the past and some performances as a solo vocalist and with a couple groups and community choirs. I'm excited for this opportunity. My character in the production is the goddess Oshun. She also represents courage, strength, and she's a support to the other gods and goddesses on this journey of bringing Harriet back to help out in the movement. So I'm excited about this opportunity, and I'm happy to be here.
All right then, Peyton, my man, welcome to the chat. How you doing?
Hello, how you doing, Michael?
I'm doing great. Peyton, can you please tell me about your character?
Okay. My character is named Deshaun. He is in a relationship with one of the main characters by the name of Jordan. And
Okay.
Jordan is a discreet Black man that is an activist in the play. And Deshaun is more of an outgoing, free-living LGBTQ human being. So he encourages Jordan along the way to be a little bit more unapologetically Black as well as unapologetically LGBTQ.
Okay, thank y'all for explaining y'all characters to me. Like, it's really intriguing. It's a great mixture of, regular people, present day. Then we got a historical figure, Harriet Tubman. Then we got gods and goddesses of various African cultures, because I believe Shango is from a certain part of Africa with certain tribes. Now I know Oshun is more sub-Saharan, so they're like from all over the continent. So pretty much Africa, just like this is what we gonna do.
Yeah.
It's quite an undertaking, because like going to school, we learn about all the Greek gods and goddesses. I mean, right now we name Zeus and Hera and everybody else. Of course, we know our own Christian God with the P, capital G. But what about who our ancestors used to worship and believe in too? We only recently started learning about Oshun when you have people like Beyonce channeling her and showing her when she was pregnant, when she has the gold crown on and stuff. And I just think it's important to see that, to show that we have a history and a culture before slavery. Because they always like to start everything off right there. Like, we were nothing before that, we were slaves. But no, we had a whole culture, societies, kingdoms, pantheons of gods and goddesses, we called them. And so I'm very grateful that you made something like this. What I like even more so too is that you made this cross-section with the characters. You have the past meeting the future. You have straight meeting gay. You have mortals being gods and goddesses. How did y'all feel hearing the contradictions inside the play? Like, especially the straight and gay vibe, especially when it comes to like Black Lives Matters, because a lot of times what I found out in the movement is people will say, well, you know what, you're Black first. Whatever you do in your bedroom is your business. But you need to be standing with us, and you need to be quiet about that.
Come on now.
Bigger goal. Like, how do y'all individually feel when people say stuff like that?
Well, I can answer to that. So I can actually say that I never forgot it was someone I was talking with, a part of a Black movement group on Facebook. We were in this deep for the movement discussion, what we got to do politically, and unknowingly he said, "Yeah, man." Then they're trying to put this gay agenda in the Black people. I can never hold hands with a Black man that's gay because it's a destruction to the nuclear family. Not knowing that the person you've been talking to for the past hour, but I've heard that on so many levels, on the Black conscious community, all the big social media heads, they talk about all the stuff, but when it gets to, they done forgot that we Black, and my process with the character Jordan and Deshaun, writers write their reality. So it's a bit of my reality, slightly as Jordan, at a certain point in life, to where this is who I am, but I'm afraid to live it out. And then you meet someone who is living it out, that you share a bond with, and their ability to live out helps you realize your value to live your truth as well, And at the same time, I've been very concerned about Black imagery in TV, movies, and the stage. All the gods, even if they're Black, are played by white characters, superheroes, all of them. And if I'm going to make something, if I have the power and ability, then we're going to be represented as gods too. I actually play the god Olorun in the play. So we're going to be represented as gods. Oshun, powerful goddesses, and Shango, gods of thunder. Like, we can be that too. And at the same time, there is, there's lots of space for our voices on the entertainment spectrum. And I have nothing against the more outwardly type, the more, the ones that dress a little more flamboyant or whatever. There's a role for them. But I don't think there is a big enough spotlight on dudes that aren't in dresses and things like that, because there's so many aspects to gay culture. So I wanted to, Jordan's character, you don't know that he's gay through about 85% of the play until he has a special phone call from a special somebody. I wanted his character to kind of surprise some people. Oh, wait a minute, this is a gay character, but he ain't sitting there popping out of cakes, you know what I'm saying, and all that kind of stuff. So that was some of my attacks on contradictions. I want to be provoking. I want to provoke. I know that we're going to get some people be like, that child, they go to that gay agenda. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get some people that's, going to be, she couldn't make it to this thing, but we got a woman playing Karen. Oh, Karen's role. It's like, man. So we got all these different aspects.
I mean, that's pretty challenging if you think about it, then, especially with you playing your own individual characters. Like, how did you guys, what challenges did you guys come up with each of your roles? And how did you get past them to push through the play? Because I know just from doing a little acting on my own, when you take on the role of a character, you essentially put yourself back and put on this new persona. So when you're putting that on, taking that off, and dealing with all this intersectionality and the challenges that come with that, how do you guys cope? Anybody? Let me say, I'll call people out. All right, Dr. Jessica, I know you got something to say about that.
So how did I cope with the challenges of my character? Is that the question? Absolutely. Pretty much?
Yes.
Really just studying who she is so that I could try my best to embody her. I really wanted to try to understand Lawrence's spirit, so I tried to study the man behind the script as well. So for me being just a woman, tapping into that divine energy within myself so that I could be Yamoja, you know what I mean? So that was the challenge for me, really just studying who she is so I can have an understanding and portraying it to the best of my ability. But I think I overcame it just by really, it was kind of crunch time for me because I came in at the latter end of it. So they sent me the script, all the songs, everything, but I binge watched everything. It was I was so excited to be a part. I was just I gotta watch it. I listened to the songs over and over all day long because I believe if it's in your spirit, then you can portray it in excellence because now it's a part of you. So I listen to my stuff over and over and over and over again because I'm very passionate about my craft. I don't want to just act like her. I want to be her. So that's how I overcame my challenge.
I love that. I know, Joy, with Harriet Tubman, there's a lot of source material from her, but we don't really know what her speaking voice was like. We don't really know how she might have dealt in a situation like this. How much of being Harriet Tubman was guesswork and how much of it for you was historical?
Well, for me, playing Harriet in the future with bringing her back to life was a challenge because I was thinking I don't want to portray her in a way that would be maybe disrespectful, or maybe people look at it oh, I don't think she'll do that. You got those things going on in your mind when you're playing somebody that's been here before. But my thought and my process to playing her, when I first read the script, I had a voice that came to me just it was just a voice, and then it was okay, this is Harriet's voice right now. Whenever I read Harriet's role, Harriet's voice comes in, and I'm this is where she is. And so, and then I think it comes more so though from the people I was raised around, and all of the elderly people that I know, and the way that they speak, and the way that they their mannerisms, the way that they are, that's really who I had to channel into. And I know her history. I know that she was strong. I know that she was a fighter. And so I have all that spice in my character. So that's pretty much how I got the Harriet.
Okay. Now, Jrd, your character had to play someone who is, I can see he's militant from what I saw from the trailer. He's like, no, this is wrong. This is what we're going to do. But then he's been so openly and outwardly defiant against like American society in general and how they treat Black people, but he's still hiding like a pretty significant part of himself away. Like, how did you play this character and his like two warring parts?
So how I usually approach my characters, I try to first realize the similarities and differences between myself and the character, because I feel like it comes off more authentic when you can present a version of yourself through that character. So when it came to Jordan, I wanted to understand, why did he speak a certain way? Why did he act a certain way? Why did he dress the way he does? Why does he carry himself the way he does? Because I feel like those are valid points that you have to analyze in order to portray these characters authentically and efficiently. So I just had to put myself in his shoes, because though I have lived through this Black Lives Matter movement, I haven't necessarily been as involved as a lot of the street participants have. So I've done a lot of witnessing, I've done a lot of research, I've done a lot of reading to understand where these people are coming from. Granted, I do understand, but actually being there in the field is a completely different thing. So understanding the history of our culture, where we're from, why we're fighting so hard, the injustices in our government, those things fuel my repertoire and my energy to make sure that Jordan is coming to life. Because though in that clip he does come off more, that's one of his more serious moments, he is a lot of the comedic relief within the show. So you have that balance between just being that all-American regular Atlanta kid and being someone who really understands the environment that you're living in. And so I wanted to bridge the gap between the two efficiently and effectively.
I love that. That's very well said. Very well said.
Thank you.
All right, Camry, talk to me, baby. What's going on with your character? Like, how did you come up with, like, because he said you came in to dance.
Yeah.
And then you became the main character. So I guess I got, my question is a bit of a twofold to you. What did you do for him to change his mind to make you the main character? And then how are you playing this girl living in this day and time, who her best friend is somebody else, but he's hiding a piece of himself, and then she's having to deal with Harriet Tubman too. It's a lot. It's a lot of interplay. It's a lot of interaction. It's like, it's a soap opera and a comic book all in one.
So I think Lawrence just saw that I was, committed. I showed up whenever he said to show up. I was there. So
Yeah, she was.
even as a dancer, I was there just waiting my turn. So I think he eventually just saw that, with my commitment, I would be able to pour into that role. And as far as my role, I'm a very soft-spoken person. I think Lawrence knew that, because in the beginning, he'd always be like, just speak up a little bit, just give it some And I'm a soft-spoken person though. But, now at rehearsals, we have this big mirror so I can like see myself. So I'm always just like dancing or like singing or just doing something, trying to, embrace my bigger personality, so I can pour that into my character, because she does have a big personality for her to, lead a movement. So that's kind of how I've adjusted to my character and my role.
Okay.
Yeah. Camry has a lot inside of her that she would give us glimpses of. And I would say, she'd hum a few bars. She got a voice. You know what I'm saying? Then her little swag would come out. I'm like, I got it. And, and the more you get around someone, you get to, one of my gifts, I believe, is spotting other people's gifts, and though she was dedicated and committed, I felt I didn't need to audition for this role. She just kind of fit. And she, over the year of us, this year of us all been working together, she's grown in it, and she's dominating it and killing it. And it was a very good decision, because everyone meshes so perfectly. So she came in as a dancer and ended up the lead character.
Listen, that's amazing. That's amazing. Wiley, let me tell you something. Now, like I said, I love all the guys and goddesses, but Shango was always my favorite because, like I said, I had to do a report on him. He's a badass. But like, we don't have any representations of Shango, like live action or anything like that. So did you channel like some other gods that you might have seen that got like similar power sets to him? Like
to be honest, man, I always been working on a African accent. It's just as far as being diverse. And when he mentioned it to me, I was like, maybe I should try it, you know, for the first time. And, you know, by me doing it, you know, it allowed me to embrace that I do have that character in me. So it's kind of like you get to dig deep within yourself and pull something out that you never, ever, ever had an opportunity to pull out. So I'm appreciative of the opportunity.
Okay. LaShawn.
Yes.
Oshun is like really like motherly and kind of like all powerful. She's kind of like mama goddess. What did you pull for from her?
I just pulled forth strength and that nurturing spirit from what I read. And it's just allowing me to really bring forth that energy when she's expressing her concern over the current state of things. As far as what's going on with the police brutality and the people, and just wanting to bring forth a resolution.
She sounds like a concerned mother. She's hearing her kids cry, and she's like, okay, I got to do something about this. This is out of hand.
Yeah.
It gives me very, it's not trying to be funny, but it gives me very Gaia spirit of the earth. You know what I mean? Like, I don't woke up, it's falling apart, I got to do something about it.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. And Peyton, your character. You know, I think your character is gonna come in later on and he's gonna, you know, call Jordan and be like, hey, you know, what's going on? What is it like being a character that's a secret for the most part? You know what I mean? Like you kind of like you in the back. Like we got somebody who he's into, but we don't know who it is. He's a dude in the back. What is that like?
Being a member of the LGBTQ community, I am very anti-secrets and down low culture. I feel like people should be 100 with who they are. So tapping into a person like Deshaun, where I'm dating someone that is basically kind of a public figure for the most part, and trying to tell him like, you know, like, hey, listen, you know, because I mean, the relationship is not mentioned as much, but it's led on to believe that the relationship has been going on for quite a while, and it is serious because we're kind of talking about marriage somewhere in the song too. So it's high time for, you know, me. It took me to dig deeper and being patient, because love is patient, you know. So being able to tolerate or to be able to long suffer or wrestle in a relationship where you are mostly a secret. And it wasn't really necessarily that he was down low. I think Jordan is more so discreet, you know. He's not into PDA too much. His close friends know about him, but not publicly for the most part. So I think it was just more so being able to dig in and being patient, which is something that I am not. As a Black person in the LGBT community, I don't have time. So yeah, definitely developing patience.
I'm about to say, well, you definitely answered my next question, because I was about to say, have you ever dealt with a situation where you dated a guy who was DL and he's like, I'm not gonna come out, you gotta give me some time, and like, how did you deal with that?
Oh my God, yes. I am, and you know, it was something in me that attracted a lot of down low men, married men, and stuff like that. And back then it was fun. You know, I'm a millennial, so like back in my younger years, it was fun to know, like, because we didn't have Jacked or all these apps now. So like, just to know that you weren't alone was like exciting enough, you know. But as a matured man, it's more like, yeah, I don't have the tolerance for that. You know, if you can't even show your face on a profile picture, let alone. So like Deshaun is like, you know, literally a 20 person is handling this. You know, it's like he got my respect as a character.
Ooh, this is a lot. I'm just like, oh my God! Like I'm really excited to see it, because I'm just sitting there kind of like clutching my pearls. Like,
oh yeah. Yeah.
But the biggest and most important theme of it is, you know, Black Lives Matter. Regardless of everybody's sexuality, regardless of everybody's different experiences, regardless of whether they are a god, goddess, mortal, gay, or straight, everybody is Black, and this cast is Black. Do you all feel like you're doing your part when it comes to Black Lives Matter? Did you go out and protest? Do you feel like you're woke enough? or has this play forced you to be woken up? So that's any number of questions that you can answer or make a statement about. And everybody doesn't have to answer, but I would like somebody to answer.
The common denominator for me is inclusivity. And I think inclusivity is something that the Black community does not do. And I think this play does that. It includes everybody in here. You know, the topics, we have church scenes to, you know, LGBTQ scene. I'm the only romantic couple in the play, Deshawn's character and Jordan. So there is no straight couple at all that we can go to. So like, you know, I think inclusivity is needed, and it's something literally, the play is literally a buffet. There's something there for everybody.
I think specifically in my case, I won't necessarily call myself woke. I'm more so aware and things that are going on. I will be the first to admit, I am not a protester. You will not catch me outside getting shot with rubber bullets and tear gas. I know my role. I am a donator. I will send money in a heartbeat over here. But I do, like I said, I'm very conscious and I'm very understanding of the society we live in and what's going on. So everybody's not a frontline man. Some of us do better. Here's money. Go do what you do. So I understood my role. So I feel like I'm playing my correct position. So I do feel like I'm doing more than enough. I support a lot of Black businesses. I make sure that I donate to a lot of lucrative causes. So I make sure that I'm aware again of everything that's going on around me, because I choose not to live in a world of blindness. I'm very aware that I am a Black man living in Atlanta in the United States 2021. So like I said, I'm aware. I'm very aware, and I know my role in all of this thing.
Okay. A very good answer. What is it that you guys are hoping that people ultimately learn from this? Because there's a number of different things they can learn from this. They can learn more about African culture. They can learn about Black Lives Matters. They can even get a peer inside of, you know, a gay relationship. What are you hoping that the public overall learns from this play?
Well, I can say for me, the envision is to definitely shed light on the many issues, definitely with police brutality. You know, with America, we can switch to the next hot topic immediately while things are still going on. You know, we can switch to wars and different things and different whatever. At the same time, police brutality is still extremely prevalent in this nation, and nothing is being done about it at all. So I'm provoking that and making a light to it. At the same time, you know, as far as African culture, and growing up as a kid, I only seen white people displayed as Superman and Zeus. My favorite character is Zeus's and King Triton's and all of that. This is the chance for me to create that for us, you know, with that type of creativity. And as far as the issue with Deshawn and Jordan, it is an eyes lens into a different reality, into what is real life. There are real people that are Jordans and Deshawn's, you know, and it is more prevalent than anything. And like you said, it's not that Deshawn is Jordan is some down low thug, you know, with a wife on the thing. It's a character that is very Black, very into his culture as a Black man, but is a different person in a society that is not inclusive, that he's fighting for. So I had to put that in there. You know, I had to make it a point. But the good thing is these people are all such great, gifted actors and singers that when they got these scripts, they knew how to, it was like crazy. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen, someone who could take a script and whatever was in my brain, they somehow manifested it times 10. You know, when Jordan read that part on the commercial, that's exactly how he read it when we met him. I was like, oh, it was just that type of energy. I said, this is open and shut. We don't need to do nothing else. His interview was 5 minutes, you know? So, but that's what I'm doing. I'm hoping that we can enlighten people, provoke people. Like I said, there are, we have the cops in there, we have our Karen in there, and they show so much different sides, even policing itself. We see a lot of that. The cop is, of course, the antagonist, and we see the realities of racism in the policing for real. But there's more to his story too that's shared in the play. And same thing with Karen. She's a Karen, she's a woman at the same time, which more of that comes into play as well. So we hit on all of it.
Like Karen, that name is it's a term now that's become quite like problematic for a lot of us. When you just see white privilege and feminine and cross section.
Karen is white privilege, and she lets you know. Man.
Oh my God.
What I would like for people to get out of it, Arnita, although she's a strong activist, she does have some down moments where she gets discouraged or, doesn't really believe in herself or the fact that she can accomplish her goal anymore. But she's encouraged to push through that, and she, ends up coming out on top. So I just want people to be encouraged in that matter, that they, keep striving, not give up on their dreams and their goals.
I love that. I definitely love that. We need that, especially when it comes to seeing Black women in media. A lot of times they present them as, angry or out of control. And we just need to see a woman, like we need to see a Black woman, not number one, in control. And number two, I say righteous period, where she's not angry about every single thing. What she's angry about, she should be angry about. And also we shouldn't overload them and say like, well, you're strong, you can deal with it. I think I read a book one time, and it was The Eyes of Watching God. And they tried to say that the Black woman is the mule of the world. And that's just really unfortunate. So anytime I see a portrayal of Black women where I can see them being more than something that's being dumped on, more than something where in their emotion, I love to see that. So thank you for making something that shows them in a different light as gods and goddesses and activists. You just increase the box a little bit wider. So that's a good thing. That's a great thing. Actually.
We have all of you as an influencer, us as all of us as creators, and you. We have to take advantage of our platforms, to put out the imagery and messages that we know needs to be shared. There's a platforms for everyone, but I'm not going to have Black men as gangbangers. I'm not gonna have us as slaves. You know what I'm saying? Harriet Tubman is a powerful Black woman. She don't pop up with a broom. So, but yeah, man. She ain't no joke.
I love it. I'm here for it. In closing, what have each of you, and I want you to answer this individually, what did you learn the most from this play? Like, what did you learn about yourself doing this play? I'll start with you, Jessica.
What have I learned the most? I would say the strength in me being able to pick up the heaviness of this role in such a short time, I would say. Because, they've had a chance to have this synergy from the beginning, and I'm kind of like one of the late ones to come apart, but they embraced me as family, and I feel like I fit in the puzzle. So being able to come in at the end and still give my all in excellence, I think that is what I've learned, is pretty much to be able to move forward with what was given and give it effectively and in excellence.
Awesome. What about you, Joy?
Well, I've learned that I've grown over the years, that I've really matured into my craft, and that I was able to take this character and really build her up to where she is believable and that she has life again. And it's really shown me that I'm really living in my purpose right now.
Okay. Jrd,
I definitely would say I've learned that I can step out of my comfort zone and play different characters, bring different stories to life. I do get typecast a lot. People like for me to just be the boyfriend character or somebody's son. So to be like a lead activist where they're actually having time to do more than just be, okay, it's the little boyfriend. Okay, you have the nice little look. It's allowing me to do more than what I've typically been allowed to do. And so I've learned that I can step outside of my comfort zone and tackle roles that I may not normally go for, because I do believe representation matters. And if I have to be a vessel for someone else to see themselves on stage or in film or anything at all, then I'd happily do that as long as, it's in alignment with what I like.
I love that. Okay. Camry.
Well, I learned that my voice is developing. That is something that I really didn't pay much attention to prior to this musical. I've also learned, to dig deep within and to not, to not discourage myself from doing certain things and rather, just go for it and push myself. So that's something that being a part of this production has really helped me to do with the support of the cast.
Okay. Wiley?
One of the biggest things I learned, man, just as far as, embracing your history, your roots, as far as where we actually come from and the things that, that we're really good at. And this character has allowed me to, do more research on history as far as finding out more about Black people. And like I said, we have to bring to the table, man, because it's a lot and we're worth a lot.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Lashana?
Coming into this role, it's just caused me to reflect on just how each of us have a story and each of us are still united for the same cause. Like no matter where you are in life, everyone is facing obstacles, but if we just come together and just embrace each other, even through our differences, how we can unite to bring about change. And just paying homage to those who came before us and realizing how much struggle and sacrifices they have made.
Right.
If we just take a moment out of our busy lives and stop judging and, really just focus and realize that each of us are important and each of us can do more to come together and bring about change.
I love that. Each of us can definitely do more. What about you, Mr. Payton?
Well, Deshaun has taught me patience. Because, it takes a while to become the person that you need to become, no matter, what you go through in different lives. You have to meet people at different stages and meet people where they are and allow them to grow from that. And also, I developed a wonderful village here in this cast. This cast is anti-diva. They're very supportive. They look out. I mean, even after this, I don't think I will not talk to somebody from this cast. Like the people here are just are real cool people.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Let me tell you, I'm impressed with y'all. I'm looking forward to actually seeing this play and actually writing about it and blogging about it, because I do that too. I'm writing all that things too. But I'm excited to see this. I'm really, really excited to see this because I think we need a new perspective, and I think this is a perspective that we might need. Lawrence, any chance you might want to turn this into like a scripted series or film?
A film is definitely a possibility, but I kind of feel with the structure is I hope it grows into a continual style musical on the level of Hamilton and Wicked. Those are type of projects that belong on theater. They won't fit in a movie screen. And I think the way this is, I can't see it really as a movie, but I hope it becomes a play that can tour around the country and eventually around the world. And the story can be told and it can manifest and grow at even bigger levels.
Awesome. Well, it's been a wonderful time talking with the cast from the Children of Origin play coming out October 2nd Lawrence, where can everybody see the play at, and where can they purchase their tickets?
So they can purchase the tickets on childrenoforigin.com. The tickets are for sale there. The play will be October 2nd, 7 p.m. Curtains open. Red carpet 5 p.m. at the South Fulton Arts Center. And all that is on the website, childrenoforigin.com. We hope that you all come out. Anyone who, they send us an email on our Instagram, which I believe is children.of.origin, and they reference your show. Okay. We're gonna give those first 10 people, will all get free tickets, to the show.
That's what's up.
So,
I'll tell select people about this. Y'all better watch the whole show.
Okay.
You better watch it.
Okay.
All right. Thank y'all so much for picking me to actually sit down and have a conversation with y'all. I feel so honored.
Thank you.
I know this is going to be a success, and I'm wishing each and every one of you much love, success, and happiness. That's what it's all about.
Thank you.
Awesome. We appreciate it.
Awesome. If you're not following me, you can all follow me at Michael Jonvier. That's MichaelJonvier. And you guys can catch my show one-on-one with Michael Jonvier every Monday and Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Subscribe to my YouTube. And the Hey Mikey Show will be back virtually. You'll actually be able to watch it coming up later this week, okay? Stay tuned. A lot of celebrity guests. All right? I love y'all. Thank y'all. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you. You too.
You too.